YouTube, how we doing, family? It's your boy, yo, and this is another episode of the Ballpark Show. I go through every MLB game every day and try and narrow it down to the plays that I personally see the most value in. Today's Sunday, July 27th. This isn't my favorite card, but I have 3 games that I do like and 4 props at the end, so stick around. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, it was a better day overall, but we did drop our highlighted play of the day. We took the Detroit Tigers laying 1.5 runs against the Toronto Blue Jays. I thought it was a good bounce back spot for Detroit with Skubal on the mound, but that bullpen didn't hold up. Skubal went 9 innings of shutout ball, but the Jays tacked on 4 runs in the 9th to win it 6-1. The Tigers offense didn't show up anyways, so it didn't matter if they shut them out, we still wouldn't have covered the run line. I hit my other 2 plays. We went 2-1, but we need to start that highlighted streak today. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers in Boston taking on the Boston Red Sox. Dodgers are minus 132 on the money line, and the total is 10.5 runs. On the mound, we have Dustin May going for LA, and we have Walker Buehler going for Boston. This is a pretty even pitching matchup. Neither guy has been impressive, both have 6-6 records, and the expected numbers don't suggest improvement. The Red Sox definitely have the bullpen advantage, but of course, this Dodgers lineup is lethal. Over the last 30 days, the Red Sox actually have the second best offense in the league, but I don't expect that to sustain moving forward. Going up against their old teammate in Buehler, I think LA gets on the board early and often. The over is worth a look, but I think the Dodgers do a majority of the heavy lifting. We're taking the Dodgers laying the 1.5 runs as our first selection. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Chicago White Sox taking on the Chicago Cubs. Cubs are minus 208 on the money line, and the total is 8.5 runs. On the mound, we have Ben Brown going for the Cubs, and we have Grant Taylor going for the White Sox. Grant Taylor only has a single start at the major league level, but his expected numbers are outstanding. A 2.07 expected ERA, and all of his pitching metrics are solid. High ground ball rate, he's getting batters to chase, he's not allowing free passes, and I'm high on his game moving forward. This is going to be a big test against the number 3 offense over the last 30 days, but the White Sox offense is starting to show a pulse itself. They're averaging 4.9 runs over their last 20 games. The bullpens are comparable, and at plus 169 odds, I have to take a shot. Ben Brown hasn't been anything special with a 4.71 expected ERA, and I think the White Sox can win this game. We're taking the White Sox on the money line as our next selection. Let's move. In our last and final matchup, we have the Miami Marlins in Milwaukee taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers are minus 177 on the money line, and the total is 7.5 runs. On the mound, we have Yuri Perez going for Miami, and we have Brandon Woodruff going for Milwaukee. Woodruff only has 3 games under his belt since returning from injury, but up to this point, both starting pitchers have been outstanding. Sub-3 expected ERAs, and I think we see a pitcher's duel in this one. Both teams have solid bullpens, and both of these offenses are middle of the pack at best. After that hot start, we now see the Marlins ranked 18th in the league from behind the plate over the last 30 days, sliding. They're finessing the value a bit at minus 120, but I think we squeeze under this total. American Family Field is one of the most pitcher-friendly ballparks in the league, so that should factor in as well. All that being said, we're taking the Marlins and Brewers under 7.5 runs as our highlighted selection. All right, guys, let's get into the props. 4 for today. Let's get after it per usual. First, we're taking Will Smith of the Los Angeles Dodgers to get 1 run or RBI. Behind Shohei, he's making the most hard contact on the team, and against Walker Buehler, he should get on the board no problem. Next, we're taking Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals to get 1 run or RBI. Similar to Will Smith, he's making a ton of hard contact, and being 5th in this Royals lineup usually sets him up for at least a sac fly. Next, we're taking Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins to get 2 or more bases. Love his matchup against Jake Irvin. I think he has a good shot of going yard. For our final selection, we're taking Austin Riley of the Atlanta Braves to get 2 or more bases. He's finally starting to find his rhythm, and against Jack Leiter, he gets the extra base hit, no problem. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. 13 and 10 on all highlighted plays. I need to get back to my winning ways today. Let's cash that under and roll it into the new week. I appreciate your support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, yo! And until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.